life, but all right, all right, all right. We're gonna be good. Okay. Hey, well, what's up, Warriors? Welcome back to Warrior Wisdom. And today I just had something heavy on my heart because on Tuesdays we have our what's called the fast start training of this team. And it's all about the basics, all about the fundamentals. I was just gloating about Dr. Pia Washington. She's a vice president here. It's funny, she's a vice president in Partner Co. But actually, her previous career, she was not just a vice president for one arm of her company, but a vice president for two arms of her company. She's a corporate trainer, coach, amazing extraordinaire. And today happens to be her 31st anniversary with her awesome hubby as well too. They look like newlyweds, like goals right there. But I was listening to her training again yesterday, and it got me to start to think because what she did was so important on what we all need to do in terms of speeding up your business. Who here wants more speed and more results in your business, by the way? Like you want more speed and more results. And it's so important because, especially today, we're building businesses from our phones, especially today when we can easily access training material everywhere. You can go on YouTube, you can search up pretty much anything that you want to learn. There's Zooms all the time. There's a lot of ideas all the time. Has anyone here ever felt like you were constantly taking in information, and yet when you actually look at your results, you feel like, why am I stuck? Why am I not moving forward? Because I feel like I'm learning all the time, but I'm not seeing that, right? Give me a wave or put a one in the comments if that's happened with you. And when I was listening to Pia's training, it just really brought me back to the basics and the fundamentals. And I want to encourage everyone, I want to make everyone aware. We are in a time right now when it's easier than ever to succeed, hit your goals, achieve your God-sized goals than ever, because all the information is out there. But at the same time, we're also in a time when it's harder than ever to hit them too, because there's so many voices that are out there. One of my favorite mentors, the GOAT, one of the greatest of all times, is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn mentored Tony Robbins, if you know. Jim Rohn was worth probably $400 million by the time of his passing. And one thing that he talked about was, if you want to master something, and that's the key, right? Mastery is how you're going to get fast growth. Mastering the basics. He said, find a voice of value and stay for a while. The stay for a while is something we tend not to do. I'm guilty of this. I love the feeling of learning. Who here likes to learn new things, right? Like you're like, oh, there's this and there's that and there's this. Like it makes you feel productive, doesn't it? But what is learning actually? Is learning just knowing the concept? Or is knowing and is learning really in the results that you get from the process? So I want to challenge all of us, not just to be learning junkies, but to be doing masters. And the easy way to see is if you're redefine this, right? What is mastery? Mastery is not just even being able to talk about it. Mastery is in the results that you're getting. If you're not getting results from the training that you're learning, that simply means you haven't mastered it, period. That's all it is. My mentors would say this whenever I would feel like the business wasn't working for me, because I was going to the trainings, I was doing the do, I was making the calls, I was doing the posts, and I'm like, this is me. And they would say this very bluntly in a very loving way. They said, look, no, James, it works. You don't work. And I'm like, it's true. Because how easy is it to blame the system? How easy is it to blame my social media following? How easy is it to blame other external factors other than myself? But when I started to realize, no, it's not that it's the problem. It's that I'm the problem. It's that I'm not mastering the little details. And it's the little details that make 80% of the difference. It's the little details that make the greats different from the average, right? If you think about some of the greatest in basketball, you think about a Michael Jordan, you think about a Kobe Bryant, you think about a LeBron James, or put anybody in the mix, they all do a free throw. They all dribble the ball. They all do the same thing. But what is it? It's the mastery of the little details. So in our business, we have daily methods of operation. Steph Curry, absolutely. It's the mastery of the little details. So how good are you at being consistent with posting every day? How good are you at your engagement sandwich every single day? How good are you sharing to your stories? How good are you at inviting new people to look at your business and your product? How good are you at going through our boards and our scripts and knowing where everything is? Is it like an automatic nature? Is like, this is just what I do. When I heard Pia training, the reason why she's a great trainer is not because she can train well. It's not because she sounds good. It's because she does it. And she just talks about what she does. You can tell. So a test of if you have mastery is, do you have the results? Another test of your mastery is, can you tell someone else? Can you train someone else how to do it? And when I realized this is all I had to do, I just had to master the details and become obsessed about the basics, become obsessed about the system, become obsessed about mastery. You'll find that you'll duplicate easily. I'll end it on a story here. And I remember I got to a place in my business where I thought I was really good. I thought I was really good because people were telling me I was good, because I thought I was good. We have to be very careful not to drink our own Kool-Aid, right? So I went to one of my mentors and I wasn't getting the results I was looking for. And I basically was complaining to my mentor. I'm like, why am I not getting the results? You know what he did? He tested me. He tested me on one of my skills. And I thought I was going to pass with flying colors. He gave me a grade. I'm like an academic, so grades mean a lot to me. I was one of those nerds, by the way. Was anyone here a nerd with me? Like, and if not, then they do say that in business, C students hire the B students who hire the A students. So you're at a competitive advantage, right? But I was that nerd. So A's meant a lot to me. It was like a healthy ego booster thing. And he graded me. He's like, James, I give you a C in your skills. I'm like, what? But I'm training. But I sound good. I'm doing presentations. Like, I've been doing this for a long time, right? I know a C. C is for failure in the Asian culture. It's like, what are you doing, right? And it was such a big ego blow. And to be honest, at first, I didn't believe my mentor. I'm like, no, you're just trying to get something on me. I don't believe you. But the results are the name of the game. Hey, you can either be right or you can be rich. Who here would rather be rich, by the way? Put a 2 in the comments if that's you. So I sucked at my ego. I'm aware now. And I needed to get so good I couldn't do it wrong. So I practiced and I did, and I learned, I listened to the training over and over and over again. I started doing it intentionally. And I started thinking, all right, let me master this. 1 week later, I was hanging out with my mentor and I didn't know he was testing me. I was actually driving him around and he heard me training a teammate. And at the end of this phone call, I was like one of those pop quizzes. My mentor turned to me and said, James, you passed. I'm like, what did I pass? He said, remember we did this test like a week ago. I just heard what you trained and I could tell that you know it now. You know it so well that you can duplicate it to someone else. I'm like, wow. You know what I noticed? That year, we were able to break very soon after, we were able to break a 6-figure income in our business. We were able to start seeing duplication in our team. We were able to see leaders rise up. I was able to recruit and enroll on demand. And I realized that I had not mastered the basics. So I want to challenge you today that if you're not liking the results that you're getting, think about what else do we need to master? Make that an obsession, and make it an obsession that if eventually, let's say I was in your car with you, or I was right next to you, and you were training and coaching another teammate, would you get a pass? Let me ask this question. I'm curious. Okay, be honest on this. Who here feels that if I was around you right now, and I actually watched what you did and how you led your people, do you think that you would get a pass from me? If you think you actually would, put a me in the comments below. If you're like, yeah, for sure. Thea says yes. Awesome. Yeah. Pia says yes. Yeah. Pam says yes. Good. Maria says yes. Good. Maybe I should do this. I'll show up one day. But hey, test it, Let's do it. And if not, sharpen it even more. If so, then teach that to someone else. All right, everyone. So master the basics, put on blinders, and just keep on doing the deal. Hope that encourages you. We'll see you guys on the next one, and let's take action.